Hello there, my name is Warren Price, and today I'm going to be demonstrating for you how to make hummus, which for those of you who are unfamiliar with what that is a type of vegetarian dip or spread. There's a bit of debate as to the origin of hummus. Some people believe it's Middle Eastern descent, some people believe it's Greek descent. I don't know, I wasn't there. But what we do know is hummus is Arabic for chickpeas, and that makes sense because hummus is made from pureed chickpeas that have been combined with tahini, garlic, olive oil, and some sort of citric juice. Now there is a whole handful of different combinations and varieties that you can do. One is like in Turkey, for example, they take out they take out the tahini altogether and substitute it for garlic. You can also take out the tahini if you have sesame seed allergies or if you just don't like the taste like some people. Personally, I like to add Kalamata olives for a little bit of depth of flavor to it, as well as a little bit of Tabasco for a little kick. I've also tried roasted red peppers in it. Sun-dried tomatoes with basil is also really, really good. Another one that I've recently heard about is actually adding beets to it, and then it changes not only the color of it to add a little pop to your dish, but it also it becomes hummus, which that's just fun to say. The flavor profile can be changed depending on the ingredient. Obviously, the textural component can also be changed if you're sensitive to textural changes with your food. If you use a food processor, for example, it will make it super smooth. You can use a mortar and pestle, and that will actually preserve a lot more of the essential oils that are in it, or natural oils, in all of the food that goes into it. However, it's actually such a versatile thing that apparently in Israel there are special stores specifically that all they sell is hummus and the different variations that you can get from it. If you go there, apparently you'll ask 10 different people what the best hummus is, you'll get 10 different responses, and they'll all argue about it, of course, because, well, it's that good of a dish, and they're that passionate of it. In fact, in Israel, the national food is hummus. So let's get started. What you do is you start off by draining 1 can of 15-ounce chickpeas, and I've already got it dumped into here. You reserve the water for later on. It adds a bit of smoothness to it once you're done processing the rest of the ingredients. But another textural component is to add one ingredient at a time and process them down, just one at a time. For me, I like it a little bit coarse, but I do mix the garbanzo beans with the chickpeas and the tahini, and I let them go for about a minute each time. So I'm going to start by processing the chickpeas here, so give me just a moment. Okay, and if it isn't really mixing up that much, you could actually add in some of that liquid right from the go. Go ahead and close that back up. Yeah, that's a little bit better already. What I'm doing is I'm actually watching the texture to see how freely it flows. I'm looking for the viscosity of it, and also, well, just how many chunks are in it right now. I like it a little bit more creamy, so another 2 seconds here. Okay, that's about as much as I like it to be moving around. So the next thing I do is I go ahead and I add my 1/4 cup of tahini, and go ahead and throw that in there. Now, like I said, you can omit this, especially obviously if you have a sesame seed allergy or something to that extent. You definitely don't want to be serving this if you're making it for guests or for a little party or appetizer or whatever. Please, please, please don't hurt anybody. But go ahead and put that back on, and you want the viscosity to kind of be about the same as it was prior, depending on how thick you like it. You're just going to have to experiment with it. But here we go again. Almost there. Now it's getting a little bit chunky still, so from this point on, I add everything, the rest of my ingredients. I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil here, equal amount of lemon juice, minced garlic, and if you like garlic, add as much as you want. Me, I do like it, and I usually add a little bit extra when it's all said and done. And from there, go ahead and seal that back up. Mix that up. And at this point, it's going to start to flow a lot more easy from the more liquid ingredients. And get it to where it's all about the same from top to bottom on your mixer. And once it starts to slow down a little bit, this is where you start to add in the reserved water from the can of garbanzo beans. Go ahead and add just a little bit at a time, just to make sure you don't add too much, obviously. Lock it back on there, and right now, the only concern is really the texture, and it's looking just about right for me. I like it. So from there, you're done. Like I said, though, I do like to add Kalamata olives and a little bit of Tabasco sauce. This is the basic ingredient, so if you wanted to experiment with it, you can take out the tahini is one thing that you can do, or you can start to add in your own. So I'm going to add just a couple drops of Tabasco sauce here. Go. Probably a little bit more than a couple drops, but there we go. And I mix that one on independently. And there we go. Be good and mixed in. Perfect. And there you go. Now, from a dietary standpoint, hummus is a good food choice. Its macronutrient composition is about 60%, 60 to 65% carbohydrates, has 25% fat, and 10% protein. In addition to that, it's also a great source for iron. A quarter cup serving, for example, has 12% of your iron. It also has 15% of your copper, 9% of your folate, and if you're in front of a video camera like this or a group of people, it also has about 18% of your vitamin B6, which is great for your nervous system. Aside from that, I hope that you have enjoyed this small demonstration. I hope, if you haven't ever, I do hope that you try out some hummus. And aside from that, have a great day. Thank you very much.